Eshu.
Mrs. Embazi's a fucking lunatic.
Rather ungrateful. She brought us a good dinner.
And what the hell was that praying all over your food?
Manners, Nick. One of the several differences between us.
Hey, Fred. It's hot as hell out there.
I got the key from Harry, Phil. I came early to have a drink in your palatial accommodations while I work up these orders. It is Nigeria, you know.
I'm sorry to be so late getting back. We were delayed.
That dumb black bastard.
What did you say?
Sorry, Phil. Anyway, I should have punched him in the face.
Have trouble?
Slow service.
Like everything in this fucking place.
Nick got upset with the waiter. I thought he had more self-control.
What the hell is that?
Oh, it's a Yoruba mask I picked up. Souvenir.
It's guaranteed to produce nightmares, Fred.
If nothing else, Nick, you are consistent.
I took the liberty of hanging it in your room, Phil. There are workmen in mine fixing the plumbing. I thought the mask might make an attractive nuisance.
No, not a problem. Are they expensive?
Impossible to buy. Almost. Over the years, I've acquired a small collection for myself.
Really is something. It's almost alive. Must be very old.
Almost 400 years. From the Benin Kingdom.
Will they let you take it out of the country?
Someone will collect it and put it on the plane for me.
Well, what does it represent?
The Karen of the Yoruba underworld.
Yeah, it must be perpetual Halloween down there.
Shouldn't be disrespectful, Nick.
Oh, he might hear me?
You never know. Feels like its eyes are following me around the room.
Too much business today?
Oh, that crazy bitch from Iben wants exclusive representation for West Africa. Says she wants to place an order for 100 machines.
We all had a bit to drink. Maybe it was the liquor talking.
No way.
What the hell is she going to do with 100 electronic cash registers in the middle of the jungle at 3,000 per?
We'll check out her letters of credit with London in the morning.
They're certain to be good.
How much you willing to bet?
More than you can afford, Nick.
Well, why buy the machines when there's no way to use them?
Oh, she doesn't intend they be used.
That's impossible.
Nick's right. They've no practical use here for electronic cash registers.
Then why do they buy them?
Her trading company buys the machines and resells them to the government for 3 times what they cost. 1/3 goes to Nick's company to pay for the machines, 1/3 goes to her company, and 1/3 goes to the person who signs the purchase order.
What happens to the machines?
They'll be stored, probably outdoors under tarps where they'll rust until they become junk.
That's hard to believe.
This whole fucking place is hard to believe. Like that line of ships in the harbor, 1 million tons of cement sitting out there for 2 years. Why? No place to unload it. You can bet the ship owners make a fortune from the demurrage charges.
About $2,000 a day. Most goes into the pockets of local officials. That's known as dash.
We wrote almost 2 million in orders today.
Most.
Is it all like that?
Where are the other guys? It's like 11:30.
Harry and Lother went out to dinner.
Oh, that damn Kraut. What's he doing here?
Representing an American firm.
Yeah, bullshit. All that stuff he sells here is manufactured in fucking West Germany. What's the US government policy on helping Americans compete with these leeches?
Washington does nothing to help American business compete. On the contrary, they prohibit the bribes essential to doing business here.
Yeah, well, foreigners screw us every chance they get.
Most Nigerians are illiterate, right?
Well, about 80% can't read English, if that's what you mean.
What's going to happen when the people here begin asking questions?
That's too remote for any concern now.
Meanwhile, we sponsor a seminar teaching how to plunder the national wealth for the benefit of the local fat cats.
Asshole of the world.
Why do we do this?
To realize an obscene profit without encumbrances. And what brings you here, Phil?
Oh, well, not that. I mean, I'm not sure, really. The change, I guess. Maybe explore the city, try to get a sense of my heritage. Perhaps learn more about my culture, like that mask. I'm open.
Take care your openness doesn't get away from you. Nigeria is no place for the vulnerable.
I'll be careful. But I was raised to have respect for the views of others.
Here we are, back at the watering hole. Sorry to be late. Where'd the funny face come from?
The mask belongs to Fred. Where'd you go?
A restaurant Harry found. Not bad, but here, I always fear contamination.
Drink, Lothar?
Please. Scotch.
Sounds good. I'll get one for each of us.
So, how are things on the home front?
Nick's a bit out of sorts.
We may have an explanation. As we were all walking down to go out, one of the ladies of the stairs stopped us to ask the time. Nick got very interested and tried to make an arrangement. At first, she seemed agreeable, but suddenly she said no, that she would have nothing to do with him. Nick tried to coax her with offers of a big payment. She stared at him and said, "I see death in your eyes." Then Nick got really mad. If I hadn't held his arm, I think he might have hit her.
Nick knows better than that.
He sure lost control for a few minutes there. Of course, being turned down by a dark lady of the stairs is pretty humiliating for somebody like Nick.
Especially when one is anticipating the solace of soft flesh.
Harry, just the man I wanted to see.
Nice to be wanted.
What about my luggage, Harry? Anything on when it'll get here?
Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe shit. That's not good enough, Harry. I need some of this stuff for business, to say nothing about a change of clothes. For Christ's sake, I had to borrow a tie from Phil to go out for dinner tonight. All I have in the world is my shaving kit and a few things for my carry-on.
Don't tell me it's not good enough. That's the message from the airport. Just got it downstairs when I came in. You guys got here yesterday. I've been here for 5 days. And let me tell you, it's been no picnic.
Yeah, Harry, we know. Your trouble is you've let these fucking cannibals push you around.
Think you could do better?
Oh, they wouldn't push me around, I'll tell you that.
We'll see.
I mean, I'd be in the same fix if Fred hadn't been here. He sent some local kid out onto his plane in a Jeep to get his stuff and mine.
I'm still missing one bag. It has all my socks. These are wool and they won't dry overnight.
You brought wool socks to Nigeria?
At home, I always wear wool socks. Phil said he would loan me another pair if I need them.
Well, lucky you.
The sad truth, Nick, is that you'll probably never see it again.
The luggage was stolen?
Almost certainly it got onto the plane. However, since it wasn't put off at Lagos, it will stay on until the last stop. There, it will be classified as unclaimed and sent to join tons of similar luggage on an incredible mountain of unclaimed items in a clearing near Abidjan.
Jesus Christ.
Can't it be retrieved?
Difficult at this point. It would take more dash than it's worth. I suggest, Nick, that you make do as best you can. Write it off as a loss. You too, Lother.
That's the way it's done?
Those are the facts. My advice is not to waste energy on it.
Right. Okay. Phil, can we get started? Where are Bill and Ron?
They moved out.
Moved out?
Where to?
Ron's company found them a room at the Hilton in Apapa, and they decided to go.
Shit. And this dump is the only place that you and the United States government could find for us.
Space is tight in Lagos. The meeting room downstairs is the only one available until sometime next year. And the logistics of staying any place away from the hotel are impossible.
I mean, like yesterday, 10 miles from the airport to the hotel took 2 hours.
Not too bad. In a traffic tie-up, it takes 4 at least.
And when we finally got here, we had to wait because the elevators only work in the mornings.
After 11, it's the only time the lifts work. But even with headaches, we're better off here than out in Apapa. With the traffic, I don't know how they'll make it over here for the sessions. I think it's a mistake.
Ron's legs were pretty bad this morning.
Bad? From what?
Little red sores all over. Ron said there were bugs in his bed.
They don't bother most people.
My God.
They're everywhere. When you put a glass down, there's like a movement of tiny, almost transparent insects, like a ripple across the surface.
The white man's graveyard.
What's that?
A British description of Nigeria, based on their initial experience here with malaria.
All right, let's get this meeting started, Phil.
Right. I thought we should get together like last night to discuss the general program
Any
content.
problems with the agenda, Harry?
I plan to follow the presentation order we outlined last night.
Suits me.
Oh, I have time problems, checking credit in London, few questions I can only get answered from LA. It'd be a real help if I could be on first, get it over.
That suit you, Lother?
Not at all. Nick should work around the presentation times like everyone else.
We decided the presentation order last night. Let's leave it at that. More important, I think we should discuss content. Frankly, a lot today was pretty thin. We should try to be more straightforward, especially on product performance. There were way too many generalizations.
The only way to do it, Phil. Anything more would be wasted on these dodos.
Phil is an expert, but what seems like a tired generalization to him may be a new nugget of information for our audience. I believe content is best left to the speakers. They can pretty much judge the audience level of interest.
Everybody agree with that?
What about copies of the agenda?
I'll put it together and make copies first thing in the morning. Pass them out at breakfast. Any objections? Guess this meeting is over, Phil.
No, I asked a question. Is everybody satisfied? Well, I'm not. We have no obligation then to educate our audience.
No one is interested.
I don't believe that. I can't believe that.
These bozos don't come here to learn.
In fact, they have much to teach us.
About what?
Making money, Phil, buddy.
Among other things.
You ordered these?
Oh, about time you got here. Down at the desk when we came in, put them over there. Hey, wait a minute. I ordered 6. You brought only 2.
Please, master, you pay $4.
Man, talk about ripoffs. You didn't hear me? I ordered 6. 6. You brought me 2. 2. Get the other 4. 4.
No, you pay now. No more soda
Bring
tonight.
4 more, Sam, and we'll talk about paying you then.
Sorry, you pay now.
Shut up, Sam. Get 4 more bottles and bring them back here. Understand? Dumb bastards.
Take it easy, Nick.
I'm no patsy for these yo-yos.
It's strange. I suppose when the British left, there was nobody trained to run places like
It's
this.
enough they talk.
For your information,
Bye
this is
and
an
bye.
educational seminar demonstrating the latest in American business technology.
Oh, that's a fucking figment of some bureaucrat's fucking imagination.
Sales and marketing are supposed to be secondary.
A joke.
Then it's a sad joke. I see real opportunity here to encourage people who want to bring the advantages of technology to help in solving real problems. If not, what's the point? What are we doing here?
You're asking? You're the director of this mission.
Really? I mean, am I?
Of course.
Maybe Harry is the real director. After all, he's the professional at all this.
Wait a minute. I'm just an employee
Come
of
on,
the U.S.
Harry.
government, an
Phil's
advancement, a
the nice guy who was
facilitator,
roped
nothing
in.
more
The
than
rest
that.
of us are killers.
The The Department of Commerce doesn't pay me enough for that.
True. It would be more accurate to say you're kind of a pilot fish leading the sharks.
I don't need this abuse. I bust my butt for you guys. All I get are belly aches and insults.
We love you, Harry. But why couldn't you find us a place, Mary, where we wouldn't have to walk up 4 flights?
Huh?
I don't mind the walking. It's good for you.
Let's hear it for the Aryan Superman.
Also, as you know, you come to see all the dark ladies waiting on the landings.
One of them asked me if she could hold my hand. It was scary. I was afraid if she got hold of my hand, it might fall off.
Better your hand than something else.
Anyone else need a drink so that we can continue this?
It's expected behavior out here.
None for me, thanks. I have pills to help me sleep. Speaking of which, if we are to start at 9 tomorrow, I need to get to bed.
It is late. I'll just take one along for the road.
Yeah, I'm turning in too. Thanks for the hospitality, Phil.
Don't thank me. It's part of the package.
Thanks to the USA then.
Thanks, Uncle Sam, for the room and the booze. Good night, Phil. See you at breakfast.
Will the overhead projector be available for tomorrow?
No sweat.
Oh, we do have something to look forward to then.
I'm the first speaker, right?
But remember, meeting set for 9. Don't get underway
We'll
before
all
11.
be ready at 9. Thanks.
Good
Phil.
night.
Night, Phil.
Good night. See you at breakfast.
They leave for the night?
Yes.
Look, sorry if I spoke out of turn. I've been on edge all day. Think I'll have another one. Care to join me?
All right. Maybe I will.
What'll it be?
Scotch and water. No, sorry. I keep forgetting about
Enough booze here for an army. Pretty expensive setup. All the good stuff from the States. Here you go.
The embassy gets it cheap.
I got a question,
Thanks.
Phil. Does Lother have to go on first tomorrow?
Why? Is that a problem?
I mean, I suppose you could change the order for reasons of your own.
If I had any.
All right, it's like this. That Nazi,
Lother.
Lother, if he's on first, it might give Mrs. Mbazi a wrong signal.
The wrong signal. I don't understand.
No, I thought maybe you and I could work something out mutually.
I really don't know what you're driving at, Nick.
No, forget it. Forget it. It's not important. Truth is, I felt a little hyper ever since I got here.
What made you decide to come to Lagos?
Fits my itinerary. I'll be in Africa about 60 days. Have to hustle while the merchandise is hot. Today's sale goes through. Lagos alone will make the whole African trip a success. Big success.
Then it's important.
That's right, Phil.
And then?
Then a quick trip to Cape Town and then India.
What about your family?
What about them?
When do they ever get to see you?
My wife sees as much of me as she wants, I think. Sometimes I miss my daughter. She's 11. When I'm back there, I take her out to lunch once a week. Just the two of us. I enjoy that. But right now, my biggest kick is closing a good deal. How about you?
I was married once. Didn't work out. The only family I have is my sister. She's an invalid. Lives with me, and I look out for her.
That's all? You have to have more than a sister for a social life.
I have friends and keep busy with them. And then there's my work.
Well, takes all kinds. Sounds kind of lonesome to me. Don't you fucking people wait for an answer before walking right in?
Sorry, master.
Where's the rest of the soda? The other 4? 4 bottles.
No more soda. You pay now for what I bring.
Like hell I do.
Hey, or we have trouble.
Are you threatening me?
Look, Nick, let me pay him.
No, you don't. Put that money away. I asked you a question. Are you threatening me?
Please, master, don't be mad with Awahla. Please. You pay $4. Hey, or we have trouble. I need money to bring back.
What you need is a lesson, Sam. You need to learn a little respect. Real respect. Not just saying, master, master, and that shit, but to do what you're told. I told you to bring up 4 more bottles. Where are they?
Please, master, don't hit. No more soda anywhere.
I don't believe you, Sam.
Hey, careful, Nick.
I think you're lying to me, and that's not nice. Now, is it? Is it, Sam?
Please, master, don't hit Awahla. You owe $4 on bill. I go now.
I'll tell you when to go. You don't go, yo.
Stop it, Nick. Get up and leave right now.
You don't leave till I tell you,
Please.
do you, Sam?
Please, master. Can't get more
Liar.
soda.
Don't
Close for
tell me
night.
your fucking lies, Sam. Get up.
Nick,
Please,
why
master.
would he lie? He's only doing his job. Stop it.
Stop this fucking racket. You hear me? I said get up. Get up, damn you. I said stop that fucking racket.
Let him go.
Where do you
Nick.
think you're going? No one walks away from me, Sam. You got a few manners to learn. Come back here when I speak to you. Get up, you black bastard. Leave him alone.
He's not moving at all.
Don't dirty your hands.
I can't feel him breathing. Do you think he's...
You're crazy. He had a lesson to learn. That's all.
I think he's...
What can we do? I don't know. Maybe,
what should we do?
no
We
doctor.
better call a doctor.
He's pretending. I've seen this in India. They stay this way for hours, or maybe he's just out for a few minutes. I'll take care of it.
You shouldn't force liquor on an unconscious man.
He doesn't have to drink it.
What are you doing?
Clarifying his condition.
Nick, we've got to do something.
I'm putting him out in the hall. His friends will find him there, and they'll know how to take care of him.
If he's dead,
He's not dead.
well, he certainly shouldn't be moved.
I'm putting him out of this room. Now get the hell out of my way.
Surely we should tell somebody.
No.
We've got to.
Hold the door for me. Hold the door!
Oh, Harry.
Sorry to bother you again. I want to suggest a change in the order for tomorrow morning's session.
What?
I thought we'd better discuss it without the others around. It's just changing the schedule so Lother isn't on first.
What difference does it make?
Fred feels that the others already resent Lother. He seems rigid and formal, but behind his eyes, he's scheming all the time. Our guys see themselves out on the front lines with no support. The German government actively encourages their businessmen. In Japan, business and government are indistinguishable. Unfair competition. That's where the resentment starts. You don't look so good, Phil. Nigeria getting to you already?
I can't go through with it, Harry.
Look, you'll be okay. Get a little sleep. I've seen it before.
No, you don't understand.
Look, why don't you start off with a summary of today's program, followed by one of the other guys, maybe Nick. Lother can come on later. You can announce the change at breakfast. It will go down better coming from you.
Harry, there's something I've got to tell
We'll
you.
start with you. What was that, Phil?
There's something I've got
Followed
to
by
tell
Nick.
you, something you should know.
Speak of the devil.
Harry, didn't know you were still here.
What brings you back?
There's a flood in my room.
A flood?
A leak in my bathroom, which they say can't be fixed till tomorrow, if then. Floor is covered with water. Surprised it hasn't leaked through to the room below. Maybe it has, and they're trying to figure out where the water's coming from. Thought I'd see if the bar was still open and ask Phil if I could bunk on his sofa for the night.
Phil and I have finished our business. Oh, was there something else you wanted to bring up, Phil? Guess it'll keep until tomorrow. I'll get back to my room if it hasn't floated away.
I'm on the verge of getting drunk, but I really need this. Ah, guess I still got one from before. So have you.
What happened? To the body.
Wrong word, Phil. Sam is at rest
Pushed him down the
on
stairs?
stairs. That's close. Listen carefully, Phil. I placed Sam on the stairs. They won't know where he came from.
Nobody saw you.
You worry too much.
You can notify somebody.
Who? About what? Only get the old guy in trouble. Get a good night's sleep, Phil. By tomorrow morning, you won't even remember him. Nobody else will either.
They're bound to ask questions.
About a drunk waiter who passed out on the stairs?
He didn't pass out, Nick.
What do you want to do about it?
We should report it.
The hell we should? You're drunk, Phil.
Why don't we talk it over with Harry? He's experienced. He'll know what to do.
We're not talking it over with Harry or with anybody else.
Oh, no? I'm going to go over to Harry's room right now.
You've had one too many, Phil. You don't want to go out there. Probably wouldn't find Harry's room. Might not be able to find your way back here. Might end up on the stairs with old Sam. You hear that, Phil? You go out that door, you might up it. Hear that, Phil? You go out that door, you might end up on the stairs. Like Sam.
Like Sam?
Relax for a few minutes. Then we'll discuss this intelligently. You'll feel better. Take my word for it. Sit there and relax for a few minutes.
All right. All right. What about Harry?
Forget about talking to Harry tonight. It's late. We have a busy schedule tomorrow. Tomorrow, Phil.
How can you talk about tomorrow?
You have to keep it together, Phil. What did Harry want?
You're first. You're on first instead of Lother. Fred thought we should change the order.
Does the Hun know?
I'll tell him at breakfast. That all right with you?
All right. That's just what I wanted. Thanks, Phil.
I better turn in. That guy still worries me.
We'll talk about it in the morning. Mind if I bunk here for the night?
Here?
On the flood I got upstairs?
Oh, right. I forgot. And actually, I thought that was an excuse.
For what?
Coming back here, with Harry around.
Can I stay?
Sure, if you want to.
I do. I do want to, Phil.
You can take the couch.
There's no netting for the couch. I'll share the bed. It's big enough. Besides, it'll take two of us to fight off the bugs.
You want to get your things?
Things?
Your shaving kit, pajamas?
I can manage the way I am. Liquor's taking effect. I'd probably get lost, end up sleeping on the stairs with Sam. Don't worry, Phil, old man. Everything will be okay. I want you to be lonesome.
Please,
Why are you here?
I wish to cross.
To cross. You must be clean.
I am clean.
No.
I will wash.
Look at your hands and your feet.
They are white.
They are unclean. Water will not cleanse them. In your face. A ridiculous abomination.
Oh, it is white also. Why am I afflicted so?
Your feet were spit running for the whites. Your hands weren't put serving them. Your face has never had the marks of manhood. Now it shows the dishonor of your death.
Because I was struck down?
You begged the killer for your life. He's not the giver of life. Your life of unworthy supplication is an affront to our fathers.
I was not bad. I tried to keep the law.
What law?
The laws of our people.
Omowo, you do not know them. Omiri do not even know who I am. I must speak to you in the language you have come to think in.
It is the language everyone uses.
It is not the language of our fathers.
Please, what can I do to cross?
Nothing. Someone must do it for you. Search for the truth and expiate your dishonor. Expiate. I like the sound of that word. Expiate.
What does it mean?
You ask me. It is your language.
Please, I do not know it.
Must search the truth and avenge your dishonor.
I have no children. Who would do this for me?
You must name him.
My nephew, Norgabin. He might do this for me.
Norgabin? He is on voyage. And will you wait for him?
No, to wait is agony. The hot wind makes me mad. All night, all day, no, I cannot. His wife, she is strong. I think she would do this for me.
You choose a woman.
Yes.
She was born an able woman.
She is my nephew's true wife. I choose her.
You will know when to return.
Sorry I left before lunch got started.
No problem. The attendees are busy stuffing their faces.
Still, I should be there.
Davis is hosting.
The guy who hosted the embassy reception?
A lightweight, but pompous enough to satisfy the natives. I asked them to bring up some ice. It may come tomorrow. They're short-handed because one of the crew died
last night.
You'd think they'd be better prepared. Must be a daily occurrence. And who knows what loathsome microbes lurk in the ice they bring. Still, I can't face a drink without it. Thank God this place is air-conditioned. The communists say it's so hot in Nigeria because of the exhaust from capitalist air conditioners. And here's Nikki, our wonder salesman.
Yeah, you better believe it, Harry. How come you left? Lunch is part of the official program.
Isn't Davis hosting?
Well, don't you think the director ought to be there?
I couldn't face more food at this point.
The reply from London confirms Mrs. Mbazi is indeed good for the cash.
Terrific. Now all I have to worry about is that damn Nazi playing footsie with my customer. It's bad enough dealing with these coons, let alone competing with them. Where's the fucking ice?
A death in the family has delayed service.
Meaning?
For you, no ice.
Harry says one of the hotel staff was killed last night.
Killed? All I said was one of the boys died.
Yeah, no great loss. You were quiet at this morning's session.
Phil is doing penance for last night's drinking.
Just the drinking?
What are you suggesting?
You never know with these quiet types.
One of the dark ladies of the stairs.
From the looks of the bed, I'd say there were definitely 2 people there last night.
Hey, didn't you stay here last night?
Oh, no. Decided to go back to my room after all. Left the coast clear for a little more seductive companion.
Excuse me.
Phil does not find that funny. He is feeling pretty bad.
Who isn't?
So used to faking it. We don't know how we feel. Phil's an amateur. A few assignments in a place like this, he'll be just like the rest of us.
Not quite.
Oh?
Thought I'd take a few minutes away from the hordes.
How's the lunch going?
They were starting to serve when I left. Congratulations. I hear the lady from Iben's credentials are good.
Well, she hasn't signed yet. She's been talking with the Hun.
A little competition there.
If he crimps this deal, I'll kill
In
him.
manner of speak.
Incidentally, one of the waiters, I think the one who brought the soda up here last night, had an accident out on the stairs. They say he has a niece who works for a British company. Hey, where's Phil?
It's in the
A
John.
bit under the weather. He's been feeling rotten all morning.
Hope it's nothing more than the drink last night.
Like what?
Well, you never know out here. The food or something worse.
Hello? Yes, we are. Who? Mrs. Norgabin? Yes, of course. How do you... We'll be glad to talk with her. Yes. We have about a half an hour now. No? Yes. Hello? Damn, we've been cut off.
Who is this Mrs. whatever her name is?
Mrs. Norgabin. She's the waiter's niece. Wants to talk with us. Seems this was the last room he came to before he was found on the stairs.
How do they know that?
Oh, the people downstairs keep records, such as they are, on everything. A Dickensian system left behind by the British.
Why does she want to talk with
I
us?
suppose she wants to find out what happened.
Well, it's easy. Old guy was drunk. Maybe he fell on the stairs. I mean, you could smell the liquor on him.
Sounds reasonable, but we don't know. Best not to speculate.
And if we're going to speculate, do it someplace else. She's on her way up. I'd like to see her alone.
Of course. It's time we got back to the lunch.
Yes, we should.
Yeah, don't let her put a juju on you, Harry.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello? Yes, Lother, I know. They're on their way down now. We checked out her letter of credit in London. What? Not sure. We'll discuss it later. Lother, I'd be more careful on the phone. You never know who might be listening. They all speak English here, you know? Okay, somebody's at the door. Goodbye. Oh, you must be Mrs. Norgabin. Come in, please. I'm Harry Abrams, Operation Manager for the trade mission downstairs.
How do you do, Mr. Abrams? You are right. We do speak English. I have come about my uncle, Mr. Awahla.
Yes, of course. Please sit down.
That is all right. I will stand.
Sorry to hear about your uncle. Please accept my personal condolences and those of the American Trades Commission.
Thank you, Mr. Abrams. My uncle was a man of many sorrows. He had no children. My husband is in England. There is no one else to ask after him. So I must do it.
If there's anything we can do to assist.
There is. One of your people was, I am told, the last person to see my uncle, to talk with him before he was found.
Yes, well, no one knows who might have been the last person. Certainly one of our company representatives was the last person in our group to speak with him. Who might have seen him later, we don't know.
I understand.
How did he die?
He was found on the stairs this morning.
On the stairs?
Yes, between the 3rd and 4th floors.
He fell?
Perhaps.
He may have had a bit too much to drink. I noticed a number of the
Boys.
The hotel helped.
My uncle, Mr. Awahla, was over 50 years old.
Yes, well, we're sorry to hear about his accident.
Perhaps it was more than an accident.
Oh?
He was beaten.
Look, Mrs.
Norgabin.
Mrs. Norgabin, I don't really see what this has to do with...
It may be nothing. This room was the last place my uncle served. And the last person to see him was Mr. Collier. I would like to speak with Mr. Collier. To satisfy myself, to come maybe a little closer to the truth.
I doubt Mr. Collier will bring you any closer than you are already now. He's a very busy man, and
Mr. Abrams, I wish to speak to Mr. Collier. I can do that now, or I can go to the authorities and ask them to arrange for a meeting. As you know, for them to arrange such a meeting will extend your group stay here for some time.
Look, Mrs. Norgabin, we want to help you in any way we can. Mr. Collier is at the seminar right now. Perhaps you could see him after the lunch meeting about 2:30. The seminar begins again at 3.
Thank you, Mr. Abrams. I will return at 2:30, then to meet with Mr. Collier.
Right. Nice meeting you, Mrs. Norgabin. We'll look forward to seeing you later.
Good afternoon, Mr. Abrams.
Yeah? Oh, she just left, Fred. It seems to me What? Right, I know. Don't say too much on the phone. How's everything going? Good. See you later.
Hey, I was just taking a break. Was that her I saw out in the hallway?
Mrs. Norgabin. She's conducting a kind of investigation in her uncle's death.
Her uncle?
Get with it, Phil. The waiter they found on the stairs.
Oh, he may have fallen.
What I said. She claims he was beaten up by someone. I don't know. She was talking about asking for an official inquiry.
Maybe that's best.
We do not want to spend the next few months or even years in this swamp. I said she could meet with you at 2:30.
Today? Why me?
For God's sakes, Phil, you're the director. It's your job.
It's not my job. Harry, I am a research engineer. I'm a cybernetician. I am an information center manager. I am not a front man for a bunch of gangsters.
Hold on a minute. You took this assignment.
Because Brennan called me. He said the director was ill and would I step in to help with the department. I agreed as a favor. Because years ago, I had a Nigerian friend at college and I always thought it'd be nice to see the country. He said it would be a great place to find oneself.
However you got into it, we've got a job to finish. Now, this woman insists on talking to you because you were the last person her uncle served before he was found. I don't see how we can tell her no.
She'll be back in 15 minutes?
Stay cool. We have to cooperate with her. Look, I've got a lot to do downstairs, but if it will help, I'll stay up here.
No, that's not necessary. I'll see her.
One thing. She comes on a little spooky.
Spooky?
She's kind of spooky. Just stay cool. Hi, Nick. Lunch over?
Almost. I cut out to check on a few things before the afternoon session.
I'd better get back. Don't worry, Phil. Take it in stride. It'll be over before you know it. See you downstairs.
She's asking about the waiter.
Who?
That woman. The waiter's niece. Coming back to see me in about 15 minutes. At 2:30.
What waiter?
Don't ask stupid questions, Nick.
Don't drink so much, Phil. God knows we all drink too much in this shit heap they call a city, but you don't want the guys to start noticing you.
Notice me?
You're drinking. I'd be more careful if I were you. When you drink, you talk too much.
This is serious, Nick.
Say things you shouldn't.
It's you they're looking for.
Hair too revealing, I'd say.
Stop talking like that.
Forget last night. Don't mention it to anyone. You were so drunk you don't remember what happened.
I remember that waiter.
You don't. You just think you do.
Same thing, theoretically.
Cut the philosophy crap.
Look, the man is dead.
This man, that man, what man?
The waiter from last night.
Too bad. Was he sick long?
Dead on the stairs.
He fell? Oh, too much to drink. That'll do it every time, Phil, buddy.
On the stairs where you put him.
Says who?
You told me that last night.
You believe everything you're told?
Nick, I saw you carry him out. He was dead. You killed him.
Me? I did that?
Yes.
The two of us, together.
No.
Yes.
I didn't do anything.
Who held the door for me? Was it the wind? It was you. You.
I wanted to tell.
You could have told Harry when I was out on the stairs with Sam. Did you? Speak up, Phil. I can't hear you.
I guess.
What do you guess, Phil?
It's true. I'm an accomplice, but I didn't want to be.
Now listen here, you pathetic asshole.
What did you just call me?
Sorry. I shouldn't have said that. What are you going to tell her?
Who?
That black bitch. You going to say I hit him?
It depends on what she asks.
Christ. You know what she's going to ask. How did he die?
I'll say it was an accident. And it was. You hit him, but you didn't intend to kill him. It wasn't murder.
Don't you care what happens to me?
We're in this together.
I'm the one they'd nail. Tell her you don't know.
That's perjury.
Well, what difference does it make?
I can't live with that.
What is it that you're after?
Nothing.
What would it take for you to change your mind?
A payment? You're actually suggesting a
A
payment.
bargain, in exchange, quid pro quo.
You are mistaken if you think there is anything you could give me that would make me change my mind.
Come on. You know yourself better than that.
Know myself?
Think it over.
I have nothing to think over.
Right. You don't.
Whatever you're talking about won't stop me from telling her what happened.
An exchange? I'll give you what you really want.
Hey. You are way out of line.
You didn't think so when you were drunk.
Don't make up lies, Nick.
You put your hand on me.
That never happened.
No? Oh, I imagined it.
No one's interested.
Maybe you forgot it. Maybe I should warn the others. Harry and Bill, Ron and Fred, even Lother, all those guys who had you foisted on them as a director. Director? A wet noodle. Step out of line on this and you won't have that cushy job to go back to. You'll be revealed for what you are.
For what?
A depraved degenerate, and a black one at that.
What a vicious bastard you are.
I'm not a faggot, old boy.
You're insane. That's what you are.
Listen to me. Here's the picture, and you'd better understand it. If she finds out, you will be thrown into the local slammer for life, or until somebody comes up with a lot of dash to get you out. In any case, after a few months in that sewer, the rest of any life you have left won't be worth living. For me, the end will be swift. After being beaten half to death, I will be dragged out to Bar Beach and shot. If this bitch gets what she wants, we are dead men. Well, not me, Phil, buddy. Not me. I'm offering you a deal. You don't want it? Okay. But remember, cross me, I'll get you. God damn it. What do you want?
Sorry. Hope I'm not interrupting. Phil, do you have a pair of socks I can use, huh? My feet are killing me.
Don't mess this up, Phil. Remember what I said. Send the black bitch packing.
I won't mess up, Nick. I promise you that.
That's my boy. Give the man a pair of socks. See you later.
What black bitch?
Here you are.
Thanks. My feet are burning up. Couldn't concentrate on anything else for the past hour. Eating lunch with Mrs. M'Sai. Oh.
Nick expects her to sign with him.
Nick thinks a lot of himself, and he fights dirty. I don't complain, but during my presentation, he made funny noises and laughed a lot.
I wasn't aware of that.
I don't complain. You know, I have the best arrangement for Mrs. M'Sai. She hesitates because it might be better for her later if she does business with an American rep. I don't know what he says to her, but I think he lies. Actually, I rather hate his guts. When you said he was going first this morning, I was so angry I wanted to hit somebody.
I'm sorry, Lother. I didn't intend that to happen.
It was Fred, wasn't it, huh? That's why I didn't attempt to do something. You don't go against Fred and hope to do business here.
That must be Mrs. Norgabin. You can leave them on the floor here. You must be Mrs. Norgabin. I'm Philip Collier.
How do you do, Mr. Collier?
Please, come in. This is Mr. Lutz, a member of our seminar from Germany.
How do you do, Mr. Lutz?
I am just leaving. Nice to meet you. See you later, Phil.
Please, sit down, Mrs. Norgabin. Is there anything I can get you? Coffee, tea,
No,
something
you,
else
Mr.
to
Collier.
drink?
I require nothing to drink.
First, let me say how sorry we are to hear of your uncle's
Mr. Abrams has said that.
I see. I believe you have some questions to ask me.
I am trying to piece together the last hours of my uncle's life to understand the nature of his death. This room was the last my uncle was scheduled to service last night. Do you remember him being here?
Yes, I do. At least I remember a waiter coming to the room. Whether he was your uncle, I
His
don't
name
know.
was Awahla, Mr. Awahla.
I'm afraid I had no reason to know the waiter's name.
Of course, it would be of no importance to you. I was told downstairs that he came to your room twice. Why was that?
Twice. Oh, yes, I recall that. He first came to bring some bottles. One of the seminar members asked him to bring
Bottles of what?
soda water, I believe.
You are not sure?
Yes, it was soda.
He brought bottles of soda twice.
No,
No?
when he returned, he said there was no more soda available.
He returned only to tell you that.
Well, yes.
Downstairs, I was told he returned to collect payment for the first delivery of soda.
You're right. I remember that now. He did request payment.
Was he paid?
Naturally, he was paid, and he
How
left.
much was the bill? Do you recall?
$4. It was $4.
How was it paid? In dollars?
Yes, $4 bills.
You paid him.
One of the seminar members paid him.
What is his name?
Pagoris. Nick Pagoris. He paid him.
When my uncle was found, there were no dollars on his person. Is that Pagorus?
He was probably robbed. Yes, that's correct.
There was a considerable sum in nairas, but no dollars. Strange that a thief would steal a very small number of dollars and leave a large sum in nairas, which can be spent anywhere easily.
I don't know the answer to that.
Did you see Mr. Pagoras give the money to my uncle?
I believe so. I'm not positive.
Perhaps then I should speak with Mr. Pagoras.
No,
Why not?
it won't give you. I don't believe it will provide any significant answers to your inquiry.
You begin to speak like a bureaucrat, Mr. Collier. I don't believe you are saying all you know. I do wish to speak with Mr. Pagoras.
That may not be possible.
Why is that?
The seminar will take the rest of the afternoon, and I think Mr. Pagoras has a reservation on the evening flight to Cape Town.
Nigeria has no flights to Cape Town.
Wherever he has to go to get to Cape Town.
I suggest you call him at the seminar and ask him to come upstairs. I wish to speak with him now.
There isn't time for that, Mrs. Naraki.
There is all the time that is needed.
With his flight.
Mr. Collier, I have already spoken to the management of the hotel. They will not tender a bill to your group while this matter is pending.
What matter?
My investigation of a hotel employee's death. Without proof of hotel payment, none of your group will be able to leave the country.
Are you sure? Is that the law here? Is that the law?
Yes, it is.
I find that hard to believe.
I have not yet called in the police officials. If it would make you more comfortable, I can do so at any time.
If that would only make matters more difficult.
Please call Mr. Pagoras.
All right. I'll see if he's free.
He will be free, I'm sure. I shall wait as long as it takes.
The meeting room, please. Yes. They're expecting a call from me. This is the director. Thank you. Fred? Yes, she's here right now. She would like a little more information about last night. She wants to speak with Nick. We'll ask him to come up. No, and it has to be as soon as possible. Right now. Okay? Thanks, Fred. He should be up in a few minutes.
Thank you.
Excuse me for a minute.
Yes, of course.
You're sure there's nothing I can get for you, Mrs. Norgabin?
I require nothing, Mr. Collier. Where has this come from?
Magnificent, isn't it? It belongs to Mr. Connors, a member of the seminar. Seems almost alive.
It is alive.
Yes. I know what you mean.
How did he come to possess this?
I believe he bought it.
Such things are not for sale.
Have you always lived here, Mrs. Norgabin?
Yes, this is my country.
I thought you might have lived in England. You speak English so well.
It was the language of my school.
I understand you work for a British company.
Yes, I am an administrative liaison.
Ah.
You have been to Nigeria on previous business trips?
This is my first time in Africa.
Your business does not require you to travel.
I am not a businessman. I'm an engineer.
I wondered.
Wondered what?
How a man of color should come or become director of an American trade mission.
Seminar,
of course.
There are blacks in executive positions in America, Mrs. Norgabin.
But not many.
No, as a proportion of the number of blacks, very few.
And you consider yourself black?
Of course.
In Nigeria, you would not be considered very black.
In America, any amount of African blood is sufficient to characterize a person as black and African.
But not pure.
Who is pure, Mrs. Norgabin? Oh, Nick, I'm glad you can get away. Mrs. Norgabin, this is Mr. Pagodas.
How do you do, Mr. Pagodas?
Oh,
Thank you for coming.
glad to help.
I do have a few questions I'd like to ask you.
Details I wasn't sure of.
Time is tight right now, so if you could get to
I
it.
understand perfectly. Now, when you paid my uncle last night, was it in dollars?
I didn't
Mr.
pay him.
Collier says you did.
Nick, I thought you did.
No, I didn't.
Why was that, Mr. Pagodas?
You see, he hadn't brought everything
Ah,
requested.
yes, Mr. Collier did report that.
I told him I'd pay him later when the complete order had been filled.
What condition was Mr. Awahla in when you last saw him?
Frankly, he was a little drunk.
He didn't drink.
Maybe not when you were around, but you could smell it on him. Very
True.
strong.
Liquor was on his clothes, apparently put there by someone who wished it thought that he had been drinking. At hospital, the doctor told me there was no trace of alcohol in his body.
Oh, God.
Did you say something, Mr. Collier?
It wasn't important.
Why he smelled of liquor, I don't know. I merely told you that I noticed when he came here.
When they found him, he had been beaten. Was there any sign of that when you last saw him?
Not that I was aware
Mr.
of.
Collier?
No, nothing like that.
Obviously, my uncle was struck and probably killed by his attacker. Robbery was not the motive. What could it have been?
We don't know. He might have had enemies.
It is a mystery. This simple man is no more. His invalid brother will not have his slight income to help support him. He had nothing aside, even to bury him. For his family, his death is sad. But worse is not knowing what happened. Not knowing is dishonor. Dying like a street animal that belongs to no one? I must find out.
Mrs. Norgabin, if you knew what happened, would that satisfy you?
I seek only the truth and act in justice.
Well, we'd help if we could. We've told you as much as we know.
Have you? Have you, Mr. Collier?
I don't know. Maybe we should talk with the others.
That would produce nothing.
I think you have more to say, Mr. Collier.
I suggest you carry your investigation elsewhere. There's nothing for you
I don't
here.
believe you, Mr. Pagodas.
Well, sorry that you feel that way. I'll learn to live with it.
Mr. Collier has more to say. I have watched you both carefully. There is something you are not willing to tell me. I begin to think you saw my uncle die. Is that so, Mr. Collier? Is it so?
Mr. Collier isn't himself today. He drank a bit too much last night and is feeling the effects
You were
today.
drunk, Mr. Collier. So you might have struck Mr. Awahla without remembering. Is that possible?
No, no.
Then who? Who, Mr. Collier?
Shut up and leave him alone, you...
Mrs. Norgabin, perhaps the best thing would be for us to discuss the whole matter with the other seminar members.
Why?
Very well, Mr. Collier. I shall return at 6.
7 would be better. We need a little time after the seminar ends. Yes? Yes. 7.
I shall return at 6:30.
Why did you give her my name?
She asked who paid the waiter.
Well, why did you say it was me?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, you dumb fuck. I should kill you for that.
May I speak? I wondered if perhaps I had been called and somehow missed hearing my name.
You should not have come here. You are unclean. You may be punished for it.
Punished?
You were told you would know when to come. As you do not know, you have no business here.
Please, have pity on me.
What is special about you?
Nothing. Oh, forgive me. The constant worry leads me to do wrong. Please. Please,
Yes.
tell me how the woman's search goes.
Why should you be told?
Tell me and I will give you anything you say.
You have nothing to give me.
I will give you worship.
Worship.
When you become a god, I will worship you.
It is a good day. A good day. I may even overlook your fault and tell you some news.
Yes. Yes.
Do not attempt to rush my words.
Oh, no, I would not. Forgive me, please.
It is this. The woman has found the truth.
But what will happen now?
It is not permitted for you to be told the future.
What must be done to
Yes.
that big hard word? I cannot remember
yes.
it.
Expiate. Expiate.
What must be done to expiate my
The woman must
dishonor?
use what she has found.
She will. She will. She is a good woman.
We will see.
What will happen now?
Go now. You will know when to return.